Speaking of the independent media, I hope we can have a round of applause for Free Speech TV. Free Speech TV has been here all weekend. They've broadcast all the plenaries. They've been broadcasting sessions. They've got a roving camera. They've been doing live interviews on the plaza level, and we are so grateful to have them and their whole crew here. I also want to thank the folks at Democracy Now! Who brought the show here on Friday. Truly an amazing model, and they'll also be capturing footage all weekend, so be sure to tune in during the week to see more from the conference, maybe something you missed. Just in general, I want to thank all of the independent media makers are here. I mean, so many independent media outlets were so far ahead of the mainstream, of course, in covering this movement, in covering these issues. Places like The Nation magazine and In These Times and Mother Jones were talking about these things long before the mainstream was paying attention, and that's true on so many issues. So we're so grateful that they're here with us and that they've spent so much time covering the issues that matter. I have a few other words of thanks for folks who've helped put on this event this weekend. I want to especially thank the staff and crew here at the Boston Seaport and at the hotel across the street. I want to thank our AV crew who have been running around all weekend, especially Rick Tremblay. They've been very helpful. I get to see a lot of this conference from backstage, and so I know how important the work of our stage managing crew, Tag Evers, who has actually managed the stage here at all but one NCMR, and I won't tell you which one he missed, but the stage was a mess that time. So we're so grateful to have him, and Sean Michael Dargan, who has been helping him out all weekend. We've also, of course, in addition to those great independent media outlets, we have been streaming online at Free Speech TV and at freepress.net all weekend. And Chris Thomas is sitting at a small desk in the back there, but he has kept those streams up and running throughout the conference. So I want to appreciate Chris. And just to point out a couple other things, there has been a whole crew of media makers from community media centers and public access channels. They have organized themselves to actually cover every single session here at the conference. So Rob McCausland has been coordinating that effort, and they're going to be arranging to get all of the content online so it can be shared, and so that public access channels all across the country, PEG channels, will be able to air content from this conference. So we are deeply indebted to Rob McCausland. Just a few more words of thanks. We had more than 60 volunteers who turned out. We really couldn't have done this without them. They dealt with registration. They dealt with all sorts of problems, made sure the rooms were running, and they all did it on their own time, dedicated here. So thank you, volunteers. And we had a great local host committee. We met them on Friday. I'm not going to name them now, but they really helped bring Boston to this conference. We had a huge turnout from the local community, a lot of new people who had never been to a media reform conference. So I appreciate all their hard work. And last but not least, I do want to thank my incredible staff here at Free Press. I really do believe that pound for pound, they're the best staff out there. And if they are here with us, I hope maybe I'll convince them to stand up and get a little bit of appreciation. There's a few of them that have been sitting in a windowless room this whole time, making sure the website stays online, and so I want to appreciate those guys. I want to appreciate our track chairs, Josh Stearns, Joel Kelsey, Candace Clement, Misty Perez-Trutzen, and Josh Levy, who put together the whole program here this weekend and have been working on it throughout the year. I want to thank Kimberly Longy. She's our Chief Operating Officer. She's the one who does all the things so I can come and stand up here and make jokes. She keeps everything running, including registration and all the logistics here, and keeps our finances in good shape, and she doesn't get the chance to come front and center. So I want to especially thank Kimberly for building Free Press into the organization that it is today. My last words of thanks are to our two incredible conference managers. They spent almost a year putting this event together. Mary Alice Krim handled the program and all the planning. Kate McKenney took care of the logistics, and she has been managing everything backstage, making sure all of our trains run while we're here. So last, but very much not least, I'd really like to get that biggest cheer of all for Mary Alice Krim and Kate McKenney.